I tested the 5 most popular ways people farm Bluenaries to figure out which one is best, and oh my, the last test is definitely the way to go. Every single run had the exact same start of a free Dart Monkey and rushing Benjamin, then getting a farm and some more defenses. But then the differences started coming in. What we learned from our farming series was that a mix of banana farms and druids is the best way to earn cash quickly, but we didn't know what ratio of farms to druids we should go. So, like any good experiment, I made a control group, and this control group consisted of getting as many 200 farms as we could, one at a time. Now, getting a bunch of 200 farms is very efficient in terms of how fast they pay themselves off, but not in total profit after a few rounds. I kept up this style of farming and stopped when Bluenaries rounded this corner in round 47, then I added up the cost of everything to figure out how much money we had. Our control group made a total of $106,981, and my math is on screen if anyone wants to check it. This is pretty decent, but it would still be tough to beat the higher tiers of elite Bluenaries with this. Now this is where we bring in the druids and the fun really starts. In our second run, we did the same exact start through the first 5 farms, but after that we got 6 041 druids instead of continuing with the farms. I set up a macro to spam the druid's ability so there would never be any downtime in any of the runs, increasing the quality of the tests. But after we got 6 druids, I went back and filled out their range with farms and continued farming until Bluenaries turned the corner again. This run of 5 200 farms into 6 druids made a total of $107,929, which is very comparable to the control group at round 47, but will scale much better as the game goes on. But can we do better? The third run is where we started to mix things up. Instead of the efficient 200 farms, we got 5 base farms, then 4 041 druids. Filled out the range with base farms and snuck in an extra druid because there was room. The main point of this was to see if sacrificing the farm's efficiency for getting the druids up faster was worth it. It was a bit better, but not by enough to eliminate any minor variables that I didn't account for, and the total was $110,933. In the fourth run, I wanted to mess with the druid to farm ratio, so I went back to getting 200 farms, but this time I only got 3 of them and started working on the druids. Just like the previous run, I managed to squeeze in 5 druids and fill out their range with base farms before upgrading them to 200s. This one did have a sizable jump totaling in at $114,058, but this is nothing compared to the final test. The last one was a Hail Mary. I wasn't doing the math during the runs, but at the time they all seemed very comparable, but this one blew them all out of the water. I went back to the standard start of 5 200 farms and then working on druids, but instead of repeatedly saving up the $7 grand for 5 or 6 druids, I stopped at 2 and filled out their range with base farms. Then I went back in and squeezed in 2 more druids and slowly upgraded the farms. This gave us a grand total of $125,514, giving us a 420 farm and performed over 17% better than the next best test. This is on top of me being very distracted during the run, messing up the druid macro a few times, and also selling and replacing the farms to get them to fit. This is the only run that I made these mistakes, and it still outperformed the others to the point where we got a 420 farm before Bluenaries turned the corner. I went down a little farther into this Bluenaries run to see how rich we could be, and by the second boss we had all 420 farms and a mad, which would have made for one easy boss. If you want to join the stream, which is where I did all these tests, you can find me at twitch.tv/SmackDaddyJosh, but be warned, we don't always play balloons over there. But with this knowledge, we should all have an easier time beating future bosses.